this anyway.
That gives me carte blanche to say anything afterwards.
Oh my god. All right. Okay. So we're into the pistol now, and we shall see if OpTic can have a sparkling comeback in the second map against Cloud9 here. And this is definitely a stressful time for Cloud9 because, again, Slemmy just joining, they haven't had much time to get preparation in there with Slemmy, and Skadoodle will start things off well after a failed jump boost, or run boost rather. It actually is going to turn out a little bit better. Skadoodle picks up another frag there, and boom, the 1-2. Nothing with the HE2 pistol combo, and Rush is the only man standing. I feel like he's got his ultra meter, no, not his super meter's full scene, James.
Whose?
Nothing's.
Oh, okay.
Did you get it? Because it's a combo.
Yeah.
Like in fighting games.
Yes,
James.
Dan, it was very
combo,
good.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't need to do a combo, Dan.
Well, you can
to feel, you can just hit them.
Just hit them, yeah.
Yeah.
But I said combo, which made people think of fighting games, so I was just trying to do the thing.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Dan.
So anyway, it's round 2.
That looks like a reasonable life for a picnic, Dan. It's almost picnic weather in the UK. But in the meantime, the Cloud9 are pushing through main with a flashbang. Doesn't work. Rush gets a kill. Mixwell. Tech9's too close. Hasn't worked out for Cloud9. The plan has completely failed. They've lost 3 players, Dan. They've got nobody over towards A, Dan. The bomb is about to get planted, Dan.
Oh, and they have no kit as well. They've got no kit on the players retaking. Sorry, there's a kit right in front of nothing, so that's fine. But sorry, they have no nades. That's the real annoyance right now because there's so many players. And one smoke, and there's just a flashbang left on Shroud. It's pretty tough to deal with. We'll get a couple kills coming in here. One trade onto Shroud. 1 versus 2 now for nothing. As he has picked up the kit though, so it's going to be a little bit easier if he's able to get the kills. But these kills are hard to come by, and they will fail. And I have to say, my mouth was agape just in surprise due to the fact they had 3 SMGs there. It looked like they should have been hitting something, but seemingly, perhaps divine intervention, I'm not sure what it was, but they didn't connect with anything in those SMGs. I mean, that first play was really good with the pop flash.
I want to give them a little bit of leeway because they've got like day 1 in-game leader. So I don't know if that flashed anybody in main, for example. So, you know, I think pinch of salt has to be applied here. 1-1 though is the score. Cloud9 have gone for the force. Sans Skadoodle, who will be saving for the big green gun. Skadoodle, Skadonglers. Slemmy with 2 flashbangs. Shroud over towards B has a flashbang. He's the one actually facing, if I'm not mistaken, towards B, or he was. Yeah, he was. And see, if he was in the corner where nothing is, then should he need to throw a flash, he could bounce it off the ceiling. However, he can also throw it from his position, bouncing it off the wall to his left, so I guess it doesn't matter ultimately. No engagements though over in that direction. I like this double peek. This is interesting from Cloud9 in mid. There isn't anyone to engage it right now. But obviously, if one play gets taken down, you can see through the middle of the sandbags over there, but not the side closest to the roof. So we'll see what happens over here. Seems Stansfield might go for a quiet flank from the top. And he will take down both players. In mid, leaving 2 C9 players remaining who seem to be going for the hunters. They will realize that he is heavily tagged, but he has made his escape. So Stanislaw 5 HP, Rush on 2. Nafla coming in from the back. Going to get shot down to 60 HP. Going to get shot down to nothing at all. So this force buy has been a disaster for Cloud9. They've killed 1 person, and they spent a lot of cash on it.
I liked Stanislaw's spray transfer with the Galil at mid-range. Not the easiest thing in the world. I failed him out of hot water.
If I'm not mistaken, I think the Galil spray pattern is similar to the Titan logo.
All right then.
Someone send me a picture. Show me how nerdy you are of the Galil spray pattern. And if you're right, I will. Or if I'm right, I will give you. First one to tweet me, I'll give you a gift.
What kind of gift? Like a Snickers bar?
Oh, where's the fun in that then?
Right.
Let's see if I'm right first.
We get the push into the B bomb side here from the T side OpTic, playing that anti-eco into the B side with an execute with set piece, and it's looking pretty good. No one dead just yet. Rush is, well, almost dead. he is an upright corpse, essentially, and with that 4 HP of his. And the interesting thing is how much value is still on the OpTic players in the way of grenades. They are conserving a lot of grenades. Quick pop flash there towards CT. We'll find nothing so far, but there are she blows. I don't know why I said dar. She blows. I don't know. Anyway, OpTic with the clean rounds. That's a very nice start for them.
Doesn't this map remind you of like the last half an hour of any Lethal Weapon movie? Seems like all the boss fights were in like some industrial area.
Yeah.
Anyway, random segue, going off a cliff perhaps. Both teams back on the buy now. Skadoodle will have the AWP that he has saved for since last Christmas, Dan. That's a very early flashbang into main, and a bit of a random smoke grenade there. And that's, I don't know what to say. I mean, that looks a bit messy to me, to be honest.
Yeah, the thing about flashing A main as well is that the flash that the people usually do for pop flashes only catches someone close. So if anyone is a bit further away, it's not really going to flash them.
It's like flashes top mid on Mirage. If you're an AWPer, you can still AWP through it. Yeah,
this is something that is, a lot of people don't tend to optimize the flashes. You know, am I really flashing that guy?
Yeah.
That's actually something that I saw Threat was like, there was this tweet out of Get Right, which linked to his Instagram showing Threat with a whiteboard, showing how like who missed their flashes, you know, whose flashes were good, all this kind of stuff. On certain demos when they were doing demo review of themselves. So that's as an accountability tool, the whiteboard. It's pretty sick. Yeah, the CT trying to save this hit. Skadoodle on the rotation from CT. The flick's just not landing there for Skadoodle. One miss after another. That's 3 misses there. Finally, he'll have a connection, but it's far too late. And Cloud9 will lose their buy. They're getting steamrolled right now. They're getting completely obliterated.
So I was correct, Dan. It is indeed. The spray pattern is basically the Titan logo. Kind of. I think it was like mirrored. Because I think the T goes to the left on the Titan logo, right? Or is it to the right? Either way, Dan, the main thing is I was correct because I actually learned the Galil spray pattern. So, Mr. or Mrs. The Genuine Buzz, who was the first to tweet me, we shall pick you a weapon from the inventory. I'll let you know what it is after this game. We shall display it on screen. You will have your moment in the sun, sir.
In the glory of basic TV. Okay, so just a bit of an eco, of course, from Cloud9. Not really all that much they can do in this round, to be honest. And OpTic is starting to run away with things. Now, teams, of course, you know, these days are having, Cash has become more T-sided than it used to be. It used to be the opposite. It used to be very CT-sided. But now it's kind of swung all the way towards being a T-sided map. In Europe, at the very least, you see that trend. And that's just the way the meta game is going, due to the fact that teams are much, much better at understanding how to create CT rotation, how to punish it, and importantly, how to use utility much more correctly, and also a wider range of options for the utility as well. So, and I remember also so many little gimmicks, you know, in the early days of Cash, where people would try to, you know, kind of get an easy pick, you know, smoking down A main, trying to jump on the lockers. Kenny S used to do that a lot, for example, like all these little gimmicks. And now the knowledge in this map is just so good, and we are seeing more T rounds. So it's not over for Cloud9 by any stretch of the imagination, but they do need to start putting a dent into OpTic here. And Skadoodle does have the AWP on B this time. And also the last time, I believe.
Yeah, and he's alone towards the B bomb site, not taking the usual angles, however. That's an AWPer would when they were alone towards B, perhaps because of that smoke. Move back towards CT to play retake with his team if he needed to. And there are 2 people for him to find here, so he's got to be very careful because he is occasionally exposing himself to both players. Seems he will assume that somebody's over there, and he is going to play passive. Semi holding down mid for the time being. Only had Mixwell to contend with. And he won his duel, so got the pop flashes for the usual angles coming in, and Skadoodle has to put in work now. We've got a nice pop flash, goes for a second one. That's going to buy time for the T to move towards the site as well. Misses the second shot, but Rush gets taken down. Stewie will be traded with, and Skadoodle is absolutely wrecking everyone now, firing through the wall as well, all over the shop. Good hold by him. They relied on him, and he delivered, Dan.
Yeah, that's great to see, especially considering that, previously, some of these rounds, he had those kinds of shots, and he wasn't connecting them, the shots that you expect Skadoodle, who at one point actually reached the grandeur of being classified as perhaps a top 3, top 4 AWPer in the world back almost a year ago, actually. Almost a year ago.
Yeah.
It was, Valencia when Cloud9 were able to make such a deep run with Skadoodle and co. And Freakazoid was fairly fresh on the lineup then as well, now that he is gone. And Cloud9 do bounce back. So 2-5, and we have an aggressive setup in middle from Cloud9, which is quite cool. But to play into A is the deal for the OpTic side. And so far, they're going to be losing a couple players on the entry. This actually looks fairly decent here for the retake potential of Cloud9. They've got players in position. The bomb cannot really be planted. It's fire everywhere. Now, finally, it's going to go down, but is there really cover here to do it? Looks like Rush will have just enough cover, but naded down to 30 HP. Boost over the top of the quad boxes here in the corner of the site. Will Cloud9 spot this? Will they look for this? It's a devious play, and it can be quite predictable these days, but some damage done. Nap's not going to try to bite off more than he can chew. Gets out of there. Oh, the lineup there for Daps. 2 frags for 1, as Daps will finally get traded upon as that bomb ticks away. Rush now, I believe they know his position. Going for the push here onto the bomb. Oh, sorry, Rush so low. 20 HP, that bomb ticking so fast. He's playing this so well right now. Shroud gets the kill, but there's no time. Barely escaped with the AWP. And that was all things considered, that turned into a great hold from OpTic. They were definitely not favored when there were 4 CTs basically already on the site when the bomb hadn't gone down.
I think Cloud9 had about 6 flashbangs when they were going for that retake there. And I don't know how many they used, if any of them. So perhaps more could have been done by the side. Although you never know who is going to... You never know who is going to pop out at any time, but there we go. So Cloud9 going for the force here, double 5-7 coming out, AWP onto Skadoodle, the M4, the FAMAS. OpTic with, for the most part, superior buy. Skadoodle will be relied upon once again. Shroud being taken down. Skadoodle is there in isolation, and he is in a place where he is not going to get any trades or even a kill. So the CT side getting wiped out at the moment, and it seems that they are soon headed towards an eco. Indeed they are. So while we have a second, I believe if he wants to, then the observer can display what the person on Twitter has won from the inventory. It is indeed a sand-dashed Bison Dan of the battle-scarred variety.
Of course it is. I'm surprised that you wouldn't make him wait to find it out until after the game.
I couldn't wait, Dan. It's not about him, it's about me. I had to...
That'd be more trolly if you waited.
I was really excited. So congratulations to you, sir, or madam. Your Bison battle-scarred, sand-dashed variety is waiting for you. It's here. It can be yours today. Cloud9 on the eco, they had stacked over towards the B-bomb site. They had 3 flashbangs. And the pistols. They've got the nades. This is good.
Ooh, Stewie just getting an aggressive kill on M4 as well. And they picked up a smoke grenade. And he's thrown the smoke grenade. And the smoke grenade has bloomed. And Stewie looks to push the smoke. Oh, no. I'm just going to sit there behind the smoke. But the smoke calls to him, James. Please. Jump through me now. We'll have to see, though. OpTic moving for the push.
Oh my god.
And Stewie is the man with the rifle. He's pretty alone here though for Cloud9. So it is a tough ask. He's got no armor as well. That's the real kicker there for Stewie. Oh god. That shot from Mixwell, he managed to just catch Stewie at the apex of his jump. And Stanislaw will get the kill onto nothing as the rotation comes in with the pistols. But I mean, hopes really die with Stewie on the A bomb site, as it's just 2 players now. Make it 1. Nice side. Oh, Shroud almost getting that pickup there. The aim punch. Brutal. And OpTic they lose 1 man there. 8-2. They're doing a great job so far in cash.
Yeah, this is a good lead so far on the T side. And I do wonder if the T side will be difficult for Cloud9, bearing in mind they got a new in-game leader today. So we'll have to wait a few more rounds, though, to find out about that. Double FAMAS again for the Cloud9 side. You can see the nades are lacking. Will we see more aggression? Perhaps the boost. There are 3 people in mid, and it seems that they are creeping over in that direction. Although the pop flash appears to be coming in. Not your usual setup here. Although they're kind of stuck through the smoke. So there is the flash. There is a flash T as well, jumping in the corner. But by the time they engage him, he will be able to see again. Not going to help, though. He's going to go down. Skadoodle alone again towards the bomb site. He can make the call to his teammates. But surely he's going to get taken down here. We've got a rush pushing through CT, but Skadoodle's still alive on the site. That's going to waste some time. 2 versus 3 now. Stanislaw and Rush heavily tagged at the moment. But Stanislaw has the angle. Doesn't fire fast enough, however. Down to a 2 versus 1. Mixor alone outside of the site. Nice jump there by Shroud, and that will save his bacon. If you are a consumer of bacon. Down he goes, down to the 1 versus 1 now. Question is, where is Slemmy? Don't think he knows, but he does now. And Slemmy could be in a bit of trouble here. Mixor thought he jumped, now he has, and he thought he's upstairs. The angle, ooh, Mixor sharp as a butcher's pencil. 9-2 in favor of OpTic.
Yeah, Slemmy just kind of committing there. And Mixor had a lot of opportunities to get these shots off, so credit to him for actually just connecting those. And he's got a massive bank at the moment. Mixor is having a game and a half, as is Rush. 13 kills for 5 deaths, 12 and 4 for Rush. So OpTic, they will reset, well, they're going to force Cloud9 to an eco. I actually kind of got ahead of myself. I thought Cloud9 were going to win that round, but Mixor saved it. So Cloud9 is still on the loss streak. Not good news for them. We've got a few grenades, just some P250s. Playing it pretty light, trying to get as most out of the weapon rounds as they can, which I think is a smart choice, but it's a really hard life right now for Cloud9. They can't quite find their groove on the CT side. And OpTic have decent coordination. They've got a decent plan. They're coordinating well into these mid-round calls and so on. And once again, you see a pretty well executed anti-eco round from them, taking this A-bomb site. That's looking for the frag now with that Mag 10, ready to make the monies. All the monies.
Mahones.
Mahonies.
Monies.
Your knees.
My knees actually, there's something wrong with it there, and I don't know what it is, but it's causing me a lot of bother. That's a nice trade by Mixwell. All pink, somebody with no armor, that's just cruel. Nothing surviving for now. Might as well hunt for more kills, as he has the mere P250. So 10-2, Cloud9 getting stomped on their CT side at present. Obviously, they could do the same to OpTic on their half, but they will need more than 2 CT rounds going into the second half. We are on round 13, so they've got 3 more opportunities, and they will opt for the double AWPs to help them do so. The early smoke into mid from Skadoodle. Oh, the elbow may have been seen there, but Skadoodle did not engage.
Indeed. I mean, if Cloud9 wants to save this map, they really need at least 5 rounds against OpTic. OpTic starting to really hit their stride, and they are starting things off passively. They can afford to do so. Maybe they feel like Cloud9 are going to have to innovate, try something new, but Cloud9 looking to boost Shroud into the vents, which is a smart choice. I mean, likely for most teams around this timing, you'll start to see the mid takes, and there you go. That's Molotov is going to send Shroud straight back into the vent room, and now the information has been lost for the Cloud9 side. They know OpTic have presence in mid, but they don't know what they're doing with it. Is it going to be towards A, towards B? That info is not known. Shroud sitting in the vent. He got boosted up after the T thought that it was cleared by the Molotov. Smart play there from Cloud9. Shroud once again pushed out of the vent. I don't know that he's going to go for thirds this time, but there you go. We've got the picking across from the A-bomb site from Stewie. Daps is going to go back into the vents here. The T side here of OpTic, they aren't really feeling a lot of these options. They're going to have to just go for that A play. 35 seconds left, and they will be running into Stewie's AWP by the car.
Man advantage for the Cloud9 side. Ooh, Stanislaw getting tagged, but he's still alive for the time being. Numbers evened up, soon to be back in favor of the CTs. Stewie likes to throw Molotovs from this position, but he has no nades left, just a big green gun, nothing. He does have a molly, picks up a flash as well, and he is coming in from the short position. So he could put that molly on quad while the AWP holds one angle. And here comes the molly. Although the AWP can hold the angle towards the right, while nothing holds the left, and that's going to pay off. That's going to be forced out from the flames and punished for it. Nothing, though, is alone versus Naflight, and he will pull the round in for his team. 3-10 will the score be, moving into round 14.
So there is hope here for Cloud9. Although, I mean, look at the damage they sustained there. That's pretty savage. Their money is not great for the rebuy, and OpTic have such a pool to delve into. Lots of money, and I mean that round it was really a lot to do with Shroud's play back into the vent there after the T's thought that it was cleared. That really kind of dismantled or began to dismantle and force OpTic to make hard decisions, hard calls into the mid round. And obviously Stewie hitting a shot as well towards the A side of the map made life increasingly painful. And now we'll see a faster round here. The OpTic side changing the pace. We'll have to see whether or not this pace change is going to work out for OpTic. Stewie close there with the FAMAS. He needs some support here. The flash goes in. Great sense there from Stewie. Gets to think actually a lot of damage done. The nades, although actually there aren't that many here from the CT side, could be very, very invaluable. As Shroud is in. This is so important. No, oh my God, he's going to actually pull out the grenade at the wrong timing. However, Mixwell can't punish him, and Shroud stays alive there, keeping his presence up in A main. There's a pressure shot there from Mixwell. Flashed. Oh my God, he still gets the shot. What is this from Mixwell? The new pickup of OpTic going absolutely ham there. Look at the HP on all the players. They're all sub 10, like 3 of them. That is ridiculous. What a way for Cloud9 to lose that round. Shroud had an insane flank timing.
That's pretty sick.
Oh my God.
I don't know why it's very rare for CTs to boost onto the shutter above the T entrance to mid. You can jump on it from the box towards vent, but the impact is very obvious, and then you can get wallbanged. But if you can just boost, like those 2 rails on the left there on Mixwell's picture, you never really see it. I've seen it maybe once in a professional match, but there we go. Just a side note there. So we are into the last round. Mixwell with a great performance, a 3K to help OpTic get that previous round. That's going to put Cloud9 in this force buy situation where they have nothing but pistols. They've got control of main for the time being. Slemmy, though, has the last smoke for the CT side. After that, there isn't much going on for them. Nice angle onto Naf, but will be acceptable damage. That will take down some of the players towards A, leaving nothing, leaving Shroud alone. So we're looking at a 12-3 half from OpTic. This is really, really good. Great for them. Yeah. Should be coming shortly.
I mean, it's hard to see them lose the map from this advantage, isn't it? Because it's not just the advantage of rounds, it's the individual performance that we're seeing. On this map, they look much more comfortable. Again, you know, you can really dictate the pace on the T side, and that is exactly what OpTic did. They have this game, or rather this map at least, by the reins. And it's hard to see Cloud9 taking it unless, I mean, they're going to need, obviously, a great start. And as mentioned before, if you've got a new in-game leader, that is sure to hurt your T side. You know, it's going to take a while to reinforce that. And you get used to the calls, used to the structure. Right now, Cloud9 have to rely on a lot of all their experience, more or less. I'll have to see how far that can take them versus OpTic. And in this pistol round, we do have a smoke on Slemmy and a flashbang. Rest of the teammates for Cloud9 have Kevlar, so they're looking to fight. Continue, James.
I was going to say, Shroud's been dropped to P250, and then there are 4 Glocks on the others. Again, I mentioned it before, I would love to see double P250 raid boss. At least someone to try it, because it has double the one-shot range on a pistol round of the Glock. Just below double, in fact. But obviously, you know, that really says enough. So let's see. Bit of a counter flash here coming in for the CTs. A preemptive flash, rather. An OpTic will get the information and rush to find himself the frag. And again, these CTs using the range. Goodidle was trying to duel there with Mixwell, but versus the one-shot range of the USP, which I think is 3 times the length of the Glock. you are never going to be in for a good time. So man advantage for the CTs, but Cloud9 will look to overwhelm the B bomb site, and that will be done. It's nothing and Stewie getting 2 frags and bringing this back into their favor. Breathing room for Cloud9.
Yeah, that rotation really lent them a good advantage, it seems. Bringing it to close range, getting favorable trades, not even, in fact, trading at all, just straight up fragging. And now OpTic, pressure 2v3, here comes Rush. Spraying wildly with the USP, finds the first kill, 3 bullets remaining. Perhaps repositioning, and Stewie will get the frag there. Down to Mixwell, 1 versus 1 against Stewie. That bomb ticking away. It's actually a bad, oh no, it's a decent plant at the back. And Stewie, I mean, this is such a good position here for Stewie. It's so easy for him to just sidestep and tap, but oh, he gets shot in the face, and that's the defuse. Mixwell performing here for OpTic in more ways than one. What a save to the round. Kind of thought Stewie had that for a second, but you can never count out the pistols. As you said, that one-shot range is fantastic with the USP, and OpTic are going to have an advantage. But Cloud9, they might just go for a set piece in this round. I mean, that's a possibility. Some teams would do that. They would say, we're really far behind, guys. Let's do a round that guarantees us a bomb plant, and we can maybe even win that round. But it looks like they're going to go for a save, in fact, more or less.
Yeah, so it's all in from next round for Cloud9, unless they can take this, which is entirely possible. As those, well, that Tech 9 is very dangerous. They've got some pot flashes as well. Just biding their time for now. Daps is, let's see, there are 2 people on B. In this situation, I would like to see Daps shoulder peeking and Rush holding a flash from headshot. So if he sees players coming, he could just pop the flash in for him, but it won't be needed. They will just face them and spray them down. Only 1 play lost for the CC side, so a nice hold by them.
Yeah, that spray, and they all fade away like a bad memory. And 14-3. OpTic dominant on Cash. Did not expect this. You know, Cloud9, of course, you know, it's a new lineup essentially with Slemmy, and a new direction with him as the IGL and so on and so forth. But you know, Cloud9 on Cash has Cash has always been a bit of a mainstay for them in their map pool's always been a good map. But we're going to see a mid take coming in from Cloud9 on their buy round, and the aggression into a main here. Using those throwaway weapons are the CTs, and that is something that is very smart. Can be a bit more expendable, a bit more risque with those. You don't want to try and allow the AKs to get into positions where, of course, they're favorable. The kind of positions that the T's are going to be playing for, you want to deny that. And look at this just hold here from Cloud9. This is really smart. The fast take and then the hold. See if you can get a reaction from the CTs. So far, OpTic have not bitten the baits.
Yeah, there's very passive holds towards B. Mixwell's holding a main with the AWP. And Naflight is passive towards spawn, moving towards B actually. I can only assume Stanislaw is spotting mid, because otherwise they could just be crept up on.
Oh, the flick, the snap, the swipe. Mixwell looking to wreak devastation, but it is he that will be devastated there. Stanislaw trying to get what he can get done with the UMP there, but it is not happening. These inferior weapons are certainly not for the task that is at hand, and OpTic potentially saving here. They can definitely try to get more damage in. I mean, their money is great, and they have Naf picked up an AK-47 for an MP9. That's quite the upgrade, but Skadul's going in right now. Naf able to return 1 versus 2 with the bomb ticking away. No kid on Naf. He's got to speed himself up right now if he wants to try to get the retake going. And he realizes there just simply is not enough time, but he wants to make this cost dearly for the Cloud9 side. And it will. I mean, they lost 3 players there. Of course, it could have been worse, but it definitely could have been better. And OpTic with such a buy. Actually, no, wait, their money sucks, James. I thought their money was a lot better. I have made a mistake.
I forgive you, Dan. You're unhuman.
And they don't have money. So that was a massive round there for Cloud9. And
it's a big round, but look at the pressure they have to play with for the remainder of this map to take this in a 2-0. They are 10 rounds behind, and OpTic are 2 rounds away from 3 maps. Let's see, OpTic have invested next to nothing in this round. They are willing to simply die and wait for the buy.
You are a poet.
I told you. I'm out of retirement, Dan.
What else? What else you got?
No, I'm back in retirement now.
I need to find your poems. I'm sure you wrote some epics.
They were probably crap.
You seem like the kind of guy.
Ooh, information.
Number 2 by James Bardolph.
Information has been found by the OpTic side, and we are seeing a rotation of a 4th player towards a Cloud9 have a minute on the clock, and Skadoodle is, we've seen this before, against the full eco. The AWPer is just playing for picks with all the AK standing behind him, Dan. This reminds me of CLG on Mirage. 2 players down, Stewie is susceptible to dying as well with only 20 HP. And it seems that he's going to throw the bomb to his teammate and try and protect the weapons perhaps, but he is going to be sacrificed. Daps alone versus 2. Got an AK though, so if he's faster on the trigger, ooh, he's got an AWP down. Now things are really picking up. It seems he will cut his losses, if you will. I don't know if you can even call them losses, considering he's carrying about 5k. But it was an expensive round for Cloud9.
Yeah, absolutely. This AWP save is really a big deal because they will get $1,900 in addition to what we can see right here. So that's, I mean, any person who will have a lot of money will be NAF. Now, obviously, you know, they have the option to double up if they really wanted to, you know, try such a setup. So that's going to be very interesting if they do decide to go there. And
what is the deal with playing for picks on an anti-eco with an AWP, with the AK standing, not even double peeking the same angle to help? There's just no support for the AWPer.
Disorganization.
There's no support for the AWPer. I mean, if you look at how CTs will play with an AWP on Inferno, you'll commonly find there is an AK, a rifler supporting the AWPer should he need it. So why is it, if you're going to do that, then at least have somebody supporting rather than just standing there not looking at anything. Apart from the AWPer. 5-14 is the score.
So you're saying they should be sent to Counter-Strike jail?
Seminars, Dan.
Seminars.
Seminars for days.
Threat seminars. Threat leading the seminars.
Could do that.
Not sure if you paid him enough.
Could get threat and OPRA, make it interracial.
What did you say?
5-14. Cloud9 still playing catch up here. 9 rounds behind the CT side. Reasonable nades onto both teams. No AWP for Skadonglers. Mixwell will be looking to put Skadoodle in the blender, so to speak. You're welcome, Dan. I know that was swag.
That was okay. That was all right, I suppose. Let's see how well this goes for Cloud9. They're going to try to get their way into mid here. Oh, that incendiary. No, I think it might just be. Oh, okay, no, it's definitely.
That's the way.
So, sometimes it bounces, but it will still kind of detonate in the right spot. But not this time. This time it was completely ineffectual. It had no effect in the round whatsoever. Shroud, are you going to do it? Oh, Shroud is not going to do it. He's going to get done instead, James. He's going to get shot through that door. And now Mixwell is scanning, prowling like the Predator there. He seeks, he finds, he kills. And then goes Stewie, straight through the smoke and connector. What havoc will Stewie wreak in this round? There are 3 players towards B as well. Stewie's position is so good, but he's going back towards the A site to help the take effort, and he's been discovered, and he has been eliminated as well. Mixwell is going to add another scalp to his collection right now as he pushes back in to help for the retake. Bomb is down though, Shroud and Slemmy in for Cloud9 on this defense. Here as these CTs push in fearlessly. That peek from Slemmy though, 3 people facing at once. What are you going to do? Shroud now looking for the clutch. It's going to be a tough one. He holds by quad there, spots one player, knows that there are quickly oncoming players who could be wrapping him as well. And now he waits, just biding his time, can't make the first kill. Had he made that kill, it might all have been possible, but Shroud couldn't make it happen this time. It was a good effort, but not good enough to deny round 15 from OpTic. And they will go to map point. I believe we are in for a Dust 2 decider should OpTic win this map. And who the hell knows what will happen on Dust 2.
During the break, I am going to try and make a consistent Molotov from short or highway, as it's in North America, to the boost. Because that must be solved, Dan. That's like the most inconsistent place I can think of in the entire game to throw a HE or a Molotov. So I shall solve.
Well, we'll see the take coming into the A-bomb site as James's attention is elsewhere.
I had to write it down before I forget. So Cloud9 moving into what could be their last push onto the A site. 2 players remain versus the 5 of the CTs. Slimmy and Skadoodle versus 4. Skadoodle, can he even risk moving away from the default spot? Slimmy's managed to move away towards the forklift. He can try and dance around it, but again, the numbers game is not with them at all. The nades start to stream in. Again, there was a retake we saw from Cloud9 where they had lots of flashes in the hole they didn't use, but OpTic definitely doing so on this occasion. The Molotov's coming in as well. And everybody is dead, Dan. We are going to a third map.
Dust 2 it is. OpTic managed to completely smash Cloud9 on map 2, which is a surprising result. Cloud9 just couldn't really get the money going. They couldn't get much of anything going, especially on their T side, on their CT side. Of course, you got to credit OpTic for playing some disciplined Counter-Strike, definitely with a lot of preparation there. And you can see that that there is a lot of teamwork going on and preparation going on for the OpTic side. It really, really showed here, you know, the prepared team versus the unprepared team. And you can't really blame Cloud9 because they have been searching for that 5th. They found the 5th, but the 5th was thrown in there today, James.
So we had the person who tweeted me the fastest on Twitter, because that's where you tweet people, Dan. You have won a Bison, but I'm not gonna be that much of a troll this early on into the league. So I am going to open a cobblestone box for you as well. It's a souvenir cobblestone box. So we're gonna switch the camera so we can see it. So let's have a butchers and see what you are going to win, sir. I wonder if they're even still watching after I said it's going to be a battle scarred Bison. You could get a souvenir D-Law, but you're probably going to get P90 store.
The money is on the Jewelies.
Jewel Bress's Briar, also a common choice.
It's the UMP.
UMP Indigo.
It's usable.
Gets absolutely wrecked.
Yeah, that's usable.
If you want that, then I mean, if I have to, I'll send it.
That's a JW.
I don't know if it has a cooldown because it's a box. I don't. Whatever. Anyway, the third map is going to be Dust 2. That's coming up shortly. We will see you back here after the break.